channel and welcome to Esther's Edit. So if you're new here, hello, my name is Esther. So I just generally love discussing fashion and clothing and what's on the high street, what's luxury fashion, what's happening in luxury fashion, how is that trickling down to the shopping, what's the consumer behavior, what's the habits, what people are buying, what they want for their summers, what are everyone's hopes and dreams that they are projecting down onto what they wear, because that's exactly what I do. So before we get going on today's video, I'm just going to do a quick fit check, because why not. So I'm wearing a Skims polo. It's called an Everyone polo. It's in a nude tan colour, and I'm just wearing it with some pants. You can't see them, so it doesn't matter. And then because you can only really see this part of me, I always over decorate this part. So my jewelry, my necklace is from Mango, my earrings are from Mango, rings assortment, and bracelet I got on holiday. So let's jump in on today's video. Okay, so in today's video, I would like to discuss what's happening in the high street. I want to talk about contemporary fashion brands in retail spaces. Okay, so this afternoon, I spent a nice little quiet afternoon in Selfridges, London. When I'm in Selfridges, I'm either in the back where all of like the contemporary makeup beauty bits are, or I'm sniffing around the perfume section, or I'm on the third floor with like the lingerie and sportswear, the Skims counter. And I never really look on like the shoes. I never go on the shoe floor. I never go to the fashion floor, menswear, or even go around the contemporary fashion part, unless I'm going to like the denim area. I basically go whatever I actually need to buy while I'm there. I just tend to focus on that. I don't really peruse around the whole department store. But this afternoon I did, and I found myself in the contemporary fashion part and feeling really like a bit bored about looking at all of these exciting contemporary fashion brands. They're meant to be where the fun is at. They're meant to be the interesting part of fashion, and then, you know, the luxury brands that have the luxury houses that have been there for ages are supposed to be boring because, you know, they have a different client base. They're meant to, you expect them to be boring, but I just was like overwhelmed at how bored I was trying to get excited about seeing these brand names, these amazing contemporary fashion brands that are lauded all over the social media for their innovation, for their design, for everything, and just being like, oh, they're just on a fucking rack and they're so dead and boring out there. And I'm like, where do people normally shop contemporary fashion brands? I'm talking about your JW Anderson, I'm talking about Acne Studio, I'm talking about even like the Vivienne Westwood. The section was pretty sparse. The Comme des Garçons rail was horrible. Also, or the Off-White, the Ottolinger, like I was like, maybe it's just the merchandising there. If it is, they need to actually step it up because it's so underwhelming. And I'm like, I don't want to shop any of these brands here because they are displayed horribly, and that matters. So yeah, where do you guys normally buy your contemporary fashion, or like, yeah, where do you shop? Are you happy with seeing them like that, or do you buy them elsewhere, or do you not buy them but you just talk about them online? Because there just seems to be a really big disconnect between what's on the runway, what comes down the runway, and the branding and the image of the brands, to what you actually see on the shop floor and what actually gets bought by department stores and what sells. Because also a thing with contemporary brands, they are not big enough to have their own brick and mortar stores, and they rely on wholesale too. So therefore I'm like, they rely on wholesale or direct to consumer, but for the most part they do really rely heavily on the wholesale model of these department stores, who don't really buy into the brand beyond just needing them there as like a visual representation of, we have this edgy brand in store. But I'm like, you don't really do much justice to this brand in your store. Obviously Dover Street Market is different. They specialize in that contemporary brand space and do that well, but Dover Street Market is one department store, and for the most part, if you are a consumer of fashion and you love fashion, you love style, you also may not know where Dover Street Market is, because that's a very niche fashion space, and you don't have to know what Dover Street Market is to like fashion. For the most part, what I'm trying to say is what's more accessible on the high street is a Selfridges, because everybody shops in Selfridges, and for a brand you would want to be in a Selfridges so that you can be discoverable, and you're more easily discoverable in a Selfridges than you are in a Dover Street Market. But alas to say, yes, I was also extremely underwhelmed by the lack of sizing options. I don't know how ad nauseum it's been discussed, but these brands, these contemporary fashion brands, are not luxury brands. They don't have the same resources as these luxury brands to sustain themselves. They really do need to build a client base, but they just ignore body diversity. And I'm like, if a brand actually catered to diverse bodies, they would actually have a loyal client base, because people who are not straight sized, not sample size, and can't fit into the normal standard easily, like myself, are looking for a luxury higher end contemporary brand that is really dedicated to catering to a diverse enough body type. And I'm not saying plus size exclusively. A diverse body is a diverse body, and it's like a curvy fashion girl, which is like, I consider myself, which I am a curvy fashion girly. So I would love to have a contemporary fashion brand that focuses that caters and specializes to curvy fashion girlies. So maybe I'm the one I've been waiting for, because nobody else seems to really understand that that's an untapped market. Beyond just body diversity, there's a lot more to go in than that, and obviously there's loads more reasons why they don't. But then these brands don't last and don't care about building a really unique point of view and really have a control over their community and clientele. They would rather just kind of be another fashion brand and just be in the industry. At the end, I was just like, I'm not buying into this fantasy anymore. Like, I'm sitting online being like a fashion commentary person and stuff. Like, the reality is it's not the fantasy. It never live up. It never live up to it. And I'm like, why be stuck on aspirational fashion and fantasy when you're never going to be the one who is the target audience for these brands? They don't want your money. They don't want you to be their main client base at all, by how they move, with what they design, what they make. It's not real. It's just not real. What is new in fashion? It's warmer weather here in the UK. We are moving into spring, which is like, yes, bring out your florals, bring out your pale pasty colors, whatever. I've been looking in to see what's new on the high street. I'm not really trying to shop as much as I used to. Having said that, I don't know if that's going to be true, because you know what, I'll always love shopping, and I'm never not going to shop. But yeah, I went into And Another Stories, and I used to shop there when I was a few years ago, and I felt like their collections fell off, or they kind of lost their own brand identity amongst the whole reshuffling of, quite luxury, whatever styles went out. They just kind of fell off a bit to me, but they were still there chugging along. Each season the collections ebb and flow. But what they've got in now in spring, I was thoroughly impressed. I was like, yeah, they've got some great pieces, great colours. It's a Scandinavian brand, and I think they're a part of the H&M group, so they do really well the Scandi colours on muted tones and bright colours. And soft colours and great cuts, and they had some great pieces in that I tried on. So they're pulling me into their universe. I am now Another Stories girly. They are no longer selling cool Scandi vibes to non-Scandinavian people. They're just selling like a really great, high street alternative. I'm liking it. I'm here for their universe, and I'm ready to dive in to get some styling ideas and what's going on. They're also not everywhere. They're not everywhere. I've only seen 2. Like there's one in Oxford Street and there's one in maybe like Covent Garden, and then one in like Spitalfields. They're not in every Westfield, so therefore I'm like, oh, I like the little bit of like exclusivity of like wearing. I'm sure there's more places, but I don't see them everywhere, which I like. Had loads of yeah, so it's like I just saw it as like, okay, Zara and H&M are there and they're always like a great alternative to go into when you just want something, but I'm making more of a conscious effort to spend just that little bit more to get better made quality products that I know I can use more than just one season. I can just I can sort of slot it into my forever wardrobe. And I really find animal stores just a little bit more fun, a little bit more chic, a little bit more interesting with their clothing and accessories, and you're just not wearing the same thing as everybody else. So I'm making an effort this year to spend a little bit more to get better quality things. That's me. So there was a load of like browns, pinks and greens, butter yellow, you know, really like colours that you'll find in nature. Green grass, soil, brown, all of that is there, and I'm like, brown is my colour of the year, let alone just the season. And brown for autumn winter is normally like a deep suede brown, like with boots, with corduroys, heavy fabrics that you would wear browns, outerwear, jackets. But this spring brown is a terracotta. It's a deep, warm, soft brown. It's not used just for like utility and outerwear and armor and protection. It's given a little bit more fragileness over nylon, over stretched jersey, and it works over lighter knits, and it works really well. So if you are somebody who would avoid wearing brown, I used to avoid wearing brown because I'm like, I'm going to look all one tone, but listen, it works. Get yourself something brown in your wardrobe. Yeah, but also subtle shades of green, like grass green, plant green, not lime, these colours aren't austin. Oh, I don't know what I'm saying. The colours are very subtle and warm, and you see it in your everyday life in nature. And now I'm just going to be wearing it. Yes, muted, rich palette like colours. That's what I'm drawn to for this season. Like the weather is a bit warmer, it's a bit sunnier, but it's still quite cold, and I do think it's going to stay like this probably until summertime. Like we're not going to get a drastically warm weather. We're just going to be getting this hot, lukewarm and cold, lukewarm and cold, lukewarm and cold. So it really is like about finding and bringing out your transitional pieces, transitional wardrobe pieces, that wardrobe staples that you layer and you wear differently with different things. It is about light layers as well that you can take off, because you don't know, you could leave your house and it's so cold, and then once you actually get to where you're going, you've heated up and you're hot. It's like a trench coat, a lighter coat, but you're still wearing like a hat and a big wool scarf, because you know you can take those off once it's warm, and you're like, it's about, and you feel like, great, I've got this. And then you're later on in the evening, it gets a bit cold again, and you have those there to put on. It is really about having things with you to switch in and out your clothing and your dress sense, because it is like unpredictable weather. But we're going to be in this transitional weather for a long time. Normally we would switch, and you would have like clothes that you would wear before you get to your summer clothes, you know, your summer clothes, and then you'd have clothes you would wear again, and then you get to your winter clothes. Like, yes, but with this transitional wardrobe is actually going to be our main staple wardrobe. One thing that you would wear in summer is a stand-up piece you're going to be wearing now with layers, and you're going to wear it in a different way. This is why we're wearing our clothes this year. We are not just tidying up clothes, we're wearing our clothes. So I tried on a few tops there. I wanted to be very strict with myself. Only tried on things that sparked joy immediately, and not just everything I saw, because I would have bought the whole place because it was just so pretty. Some lovely bags. The ones I tried on was this, firstly, the butter yellow. Butter yellow is a really lovely shade of yellow, and it complements everyone differently. Like, as a dark skinned black woman, I can wear bright colours. That's bright, wearing bright yellow and you're black, like, it's stunning. But this butter yellow, so that's nice on everyone. And the way that they have used it in so many different fabrics to make so many different kinds of stuff, from shirts, t-shirts, dresses, knitwear. So this knitwear top, it's gorge. I'm really getting into this. It's a collared rib knit cardigan, and I love a deep v-neck, and as you can see here, it's really flattering and chic and elevated, even with a deep V cut. For me, either go back to get it or buy it online. The next top, this draped crossover top. On the model, she's got these cowboy style denim jeans and this fringe bag. Definitely giving Chloe 2025, which I did also see a lot there too. Was so flattering on me. I love the fabric. I'm loving these fabrics. They're stretchy, like a stretch nylon. Let me see material. Well, it's elastane and modal, and tencel, and I'm loving these kind of fabrics. I think this is similar to what this Skims top is made of. But so the last top I tried on was what was in their sale, and it was a gorgeous pleats please top. And let's see if I can find the photo on the model. I really loved this on me as well. I was pleasantly surprised with how it looked. This was also a medium, and I wasn't sure on the sizes, because before, when I used to shop there, nothing really fit. That's probably why I stopped shopping there. Nothing fit me. But yeah, it was airy and fun and cheeky. I like the fact that you could see a little bra underneath, a little bit of a sheer moment, and I would love to work with that and have fun with that. I wanted to buy it, but I didn't really have. This is more of like an occasion wear top because it's so light. I didn't need it, so I didn't buy it, but it was, I think, 50% off. I may run back to pick it up one day when I feel like I need a fashion pick me up, who knows, but I left it there. So I kept myself to those three things because they were the only things I saw that sparked joy. And then when I was about to leave, I remembered how really good that their makeup and beauty products were. I tried a bit of a swatch of the makeup. I didn't really like anything on me, but their scents and their skincare I really liked. I used to like their scents. So I did pick up Sicilian Sunrise. I got it in a body mist instead of the actual eau de toilette because I just felt like this was £6 and then the eau de toilette was £32, and I'm like, I would try this first, and I will just have it as an everyday like body mist that I use. And I'm used to, like, I used to go to Zara for my everyday perfumes, and Zara do those really well, everyday scents, and that. But you know, a Zara perfume scent is a Zara perfume scent. It doesn't really blow you away, but if you just want to smell like you're wearing perfume. But yeah, I went back to try on a few different scents. So the Sicilian Sunrise, the one that I ended up getting in a body mist, and I'll see if I really like this, and then I'll go and get the other one after. So this is actually lemon, cedarwood and amber, and the reason why I initially liked it was the lemon. You get the lemon hit at the top, and then the cedarwood gives it like a go, oh, what is this? And then the amber at the bottom really complements. It's like an initial punch, and then the rest of it settles in. So this on skin will be really different, and I'm used to always going towards like florals for scents, and I'm like, do I even like florals, or do I think I need to smell florally? You know, I'm like, I don't actually know what kind of fragrance I like to wear, but I decided to go with something different like this, and I'll see how it goes. Some other fragrances that I tried on there. There's this one called, a new one they have called Pink Noon. And this is jasmine, frangipani and amber too. So they do a lot of amber on the base for these two. That's probably why. And jasmine as well. So this is really sweet. And I always go for sweet floral scents. And I don't know, let me try something different. I think it's quite young and youthful going for sweet scents, but it's because I have a sweet tooth, so I'm like, oh, well, let me go for something that smells sweet. And I'm like, well, maybe for my body, maybe my body actually likes something a little bit different. Let me just see how it works, how it kind of fades and how it actually works with my own body temperature scent, because everyone smells differently and every fragrance smells differently on different bodies. Another fragrance that I love there was also called the Sicilian Sunrise is fresh, and I decided to go for a fresh scent instead of my usual floral, which was this Pink Noon. And also Fleur de Mimosa is another floral scent, and this one is almond, mimosa and musk, and this smells delicious too. Like, I would, for a body mist and a light, this is really good. I wouldn't like it as a deeper perfume, because for perfumes I think there needs to be a little bit more of a gourmand. I think that's what it says. And finally, this one is a woody scent, and it is called Nocturnal Tales. And this one is lavender, tobacco and vetiver, and it smells so good. It smells so good, but it smells good on the paper, but for some reason I just don't think this will smell good on my skin. I think once I sweat, it might start to smell a bit like piss on me. I don't know, but that's what my initial thought was. I was like, nah, let me just go for something that's fresh. That was my And Another Stories